Wow, what another amazing day in the stock market. Opened up tremendously down, then it went back up, and it kind of came back down at the end here. A lot of things that are happening in the market last week, a lot of things going on today. We're going to talk about a few things today. We're also going to talk about all the stocks that I purchased last Friday. We're going to talk about a record that was set last week for the stock market. We're going to talk about what needs to happen for trading to be halted. I think that's important for folks to know. There's some general information that I think is interesting, some general news that I wanted to touch on. We need to talk about what do we do now, okay? We know what's been going on in the stock market the last couple days, last week. What do we do now? Also, we need to talk about, is it possible that we're either heading into a recession or maybe we have been in a recession and it just hasn't been announced, and what do we need to do about it? This is 0 to a million. I show every single stock trade starting at 0 all the way up to $1 million. If you look over here, the max, click on that. I put money in January 1st. It goes back to the 8th there, January 8th, 2025, $7,000. And we go all the way up through today, April 7th, at $19,155. There's $260 in cash almost. Every single stock trade we will go through on every single video here. So this video, I'll go through all the stocks I purchased last Friday, and all the previous videos show every single stock I've purchased since the inception of this channel. So that's something to look at. If we can get 100 likes on this video today, I will introduce a new stock to the portfolio, one that I've been looking at for a while that I have in my other account, but I'll introduce it to this public account if we get 100 likes on this video, okay? First thing we need to talk about is record was set last week in the stock market. What record was set? The Dow actually posted back-to-back losses of more than 1,500 points for the first time ever, including the 2,331 point drop last Friday. That's the first time in history that that's ever happened since the inception of the stock market. Also, S&P 500 dropped 6% on Friday for its worst performance since the pandemic outbreak in March of 2020. Okay, the benchmark lost 10% in 2 days, pushing it down more than 17% below its February record, perilously close to the 20% bear market. So that's something to take note of. The NASDAQ overall entered a bear market on Friday, down 22% from its record high, after losses on Thursday and Friday, nearly 6% on each of those days. So some records have been happening, but not in a good way. But if you're a long-term investor like myself, then those are opportunities to get stuff on sale. So that's a good thing. The other thing is what needs to happen for trading to be halted. I think this is important after what happened Thursday, Friday, and of course what's going on today, okay? So basically when stock prices and stock futures fall rapidly in a single session, exchanges will implement a halt in trading to allow a moment of kind of cooler heads to prevail, to let everybody calm down and relax and not panic and sell everything off. This has taken place actually in March of 2020 during the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's happened before recently. So there's 3 levels basically. It's called a 3-level circuit breaker. There's level 1, which is the lowest level. The S&P drops 7% in intraday. If that occurs before 3:25 p.m. Eastern time, trading is halted for 15 minutes. Then they resume trading. If it happens after that period, then trading continues for the remainder of the trading day unless a level 3 breaker is tripped. And we'll talk about that in a moment. So that's a level 1. Level 2, if the S&P drops 13% intraday, if that occurs before 3:25 p.m., trading is stopped for 15 minutes. Okay? If it happens after that time period, okay, trading continues unless a level 3 is triggered. Okay? And then a level 3, that's worst case scenario here. S&P plunges 20% intraday. Okay? At that point in the day, the exchanges suspends trading for the remainder of the entire day. Okay, that's a level 3. That's worst case scenario. So level 1, level 2, level 3. That's what happens. You've got to trigger one of those to get to the point where they stop trading, either for 15 minutes, resume, or it's just stop for the entire day. I think that's important to know. A little bit of general information. Today, the Dow fell about 400 points. Okay, a lot of turmoil. It opened up. You guys saw it. It opened up down in the toilet, and then it just shot up like a rocket ship, and then it kind of tapered back down. Okay. There was some news out there that Trump was going to stop the tariffs and halt the tariffs, so the stock market shot back up. When it came to find out that no, that was not true, the stock market came back down again. Okay. So today the Dow was down about 476 points, 1.3%. Okay. At one point it was down over 1,700 points when it first at the beginning, and then it went back up, and then it tapered back down. There was a 2,595 point swing from the low to the high, which actually was a record reversal as well. So we had record drops last week, Thursday, Friday, for the Dow, and then today we had a record swing from the low to the high. So we're just throwing out records every day, it seems like. S&P was down 0.6%, not too bad. The S&P overall was down 4.7% lows of the session, but then it came back up a little bit, off at 18% from its record high. The NASDAQ was just about 0.2% off, so nothing too crazy for the NASDAQ. Okay, stocks did have that short-lived rally that we talked about on the news about the tariffs, but then when it came out that wasn't true, it kind of pulled back. Okay, S&P has lost more than 10% in the last 3 sessions. Okay, Thursday, Friday last week, Monday today. I think that's important to know. That was the worst stretch since the outbreak of the COVID pandemic in 2020. Okay, I think that's valuable to know as well. There was also some news from the president. President Trump threatened China on Monday today with even higher tariffs. He sent that out. He said, quote, if China does not withdraw its 34% increase above the already long-term trading abuses by tomorrow, April the 8th, 2025, the United States will impose additional tariffs on China of 50% effective April 9th, 2025. Additionally, all talks with China concerning the requested meetings with us will be terminated. Trump also reiterated the reports later Monday that there is no pause in the tariff plan was being looked at. So he had mentioned that there's no plan for him to pause the tariff, and he's looking to increase tariffs on China as well. These are important things for us to know because that's going to potentially cause more volatility in the market. We need to know about this so we can plan appropriately for it. I talked about the largest intraday trade swing in history with the Dow, 2,595.24 points. It's the widest swing in the 30 stock index's history. So I think that's interesting. And that actually beat the previous record from March 2020, where it was 1,904.39 points. So pretty interesting. Also, the 10-year Treasury yield rallied above 4.15%. I think that's interesting to know as well. Okay, now, what do we need to do? Okay, what do we do now? Number one, not panic. Relax. Understand that there's going to be volatility from now until the foreseeable future. Understand it, know it, acknowledge it. Volatility. Number two, save money. Save money, save money, save money. Cut back on your expenses and save money. Put money to the side and invest at regular intervals and keep cash on the side. Keep cash on the side in case there is a recession or if there's just another big swing in the market. We need to know about it. And you need to be ready to take advantage of those sales. Now, could a recession happen? Absolutely. If we keep these tariffs in place, the percentage chance of a recession is going to go up every single day we have these tariffs. Just know it and understand that it's a possibility. Okay? And here's the deal. If it is announced at any point that there's a recession, The stock market is going to be volatile. The stock market, in my opinion, the stock market will drop, and I think we'll see a rather large drop if at any point in time there's announced that there's a recession. So we need to know about it. We need to be prepared for it, saving our money and being ready to take advantage of that opportunity if it's announced we're in a recession, because then stuff, I believe, in my opinion, stuff is going to go on even bigger sale than what we saw on Thursday, Friday, and today. I think that the sales are going to be much, much larger. And if they are, I want to be ready for it. I want you guys to be ready for it. Take advantage of it, because those purchases that we're making now and in the future, if there is an announced recession and the drops, those purchases that we're making are going to make us so much money in the future. We just need to be ready to take advantage of those opportunities. And the way to do it is to keep your spending down, save as much as possible, okay? We have to do it. I'm going to go through the purchases here that I made last Friday. Made some stock purchases here. We can look at the stocks here. We got Google. I'm down 18.5% since I started this in January of 2025. April 4th on Friday, made one purchase, 147 bucks, down 0.5%. Here, you're overall down 18.5%. Down. If you look at the purchases at the beginning, down 26%, 28%, 20%, and you can see that it's just been going down. I've just been buying and buying, just getting that dollar cost average down to 18.5% as of today. Amazon, I love Amazon. It's, that's going to be hit hard with these tariffs. I understand that. I acknowledge that. I know that that's going to affect the bottom line. It's going to affect people's willingness and wanting to own the stock, and that's why they're selling it. That's why I'm getting it at a discount. But I'm a long-term investor, and I know long-term I'm going to make so much money with Amazon, and I'm so excited for it to go down. I just wanted to say that. Last Friday, April 4th, got one share of Amazon, 174 bucks. Today it's worth 175. It's in the green a pinch, a little bit. Down 19%, little over 19%. You can see down here, I was down 26.5% January 31st. I just keep dollar cost averaging down, buying at regular intervals, buy every single Friday. And, the 28th was a Friday. That was down almost 10%. And then last Friday, it's in the green now. But it's so much of a discount, so much of a savings. I love it. Chipotle, I bought Chipotle for my other portfolio, but I didn't buy it for this portfolio. So we still have the 21 shares there, down 17.8%. Dutch Bros, got the 11 shares there, down almost 12%, just bought the one time there. I've got to get this account dollar cost average down there. And we'll just show Chipotle. There was two purchases. One's down 17%. One's down a little over 18.5% for that one. MasterCard, just got the one purchase in this account for MasterCard. McDonald's. They gave us a little dividend. That's why we got the little partial shares there. I love McDonald's. The dividend is nice. If you look at the stock over time, the stock value is going up, the stock itself. The dividend is good, and the dividend increases at a rate faster than inflation. So I love McDonald's. To be honest with you, with McDonald's, I wish it would go down in the 270s, and I would just gobble up a handful. But I don't know. We have to wait and see. I think there's an opportunity probably sometime this year where it's going to go down quite a bit. We got to wait and see on that one. Meta, got two shares of Meta last Friday, 509 bucks a share. It's in the green today. Dollar cost average down 16.5%. I bought two shares February 14th, right? Cost per share was 736 bucks. Now I got them two shares for 509. This is interesting here. It was 1472 for two shares. Last Friday, it was 1,000. So basically, almost, I could have got three shares last Friday for the price of two shares February 14th. And 509 bucks a share, I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to be pleased as punch once that hits 800 a share, 900, 1,000 a share. If I could do a backflip, I would do one. Long term, that's going to hit 1,000 a share, and I'm so excited for the day when that happens. That's going to be a great day. I just need to get as much between now and that day as possible. Just love me some Meta. Microsoft got a share there for 362 bucks, down a little over 1%. Overall, we're down 10%. You know, first started buying down 16%, 14%, 12%. You know, just keep dollar cost averaging down, down. You know, even 2 Fridays ago, got it at 382, and then last Friday 362. You know, so I'm going to keep bringing that dollar cost average down, set on it and wait. Palo Alto Networks didn't purchase any in this particular account last Friday. Pulte Homes. They spit off a little dividend, so on April 2nd, we got some partial shares there. That's why we have that. Pulte Homes is a home builder. They build homes all over the country. They've got a little over $10 billion worth of land available to build on. And as time goes on, land only goes up. So they're sitting on an asset that's appreciating, even if the stock market's not going up, and even if the home building isn't crazy. They've got that raw land ready and to build on when the time comes. In addition to that, they're also doing stock buyback, so they're getting stocks off the market. So less shares on the market, less available to buy. I like that over the long term as well. Pulte Homes. And then we got Walmart. Walmart's another one there, pays a dividend. We're down 10% in this particular account. I need to buy some more in this account to dollar cost average that down to show you guys that. But I've got it in my other accounts. First stock I ever bought when I was 12 years old was Walmart. And that's the most money I've made out of any stock ever. I just love Walmart. It pays a dividend as well. Pays a dividend. And number two, the dividend increases each year at a faster rate, at a higher rate than inflation. So the dividend's beating inflation, and I just reinvest those dividends every quarter when I get those. So those are the stock purchases last Friday. I'll be buying stocks again this Friday. If you found this informative or entertaining, I'd appreciate if you hit the subscribe button. I'm going to be showing you every single stock purchase every single Friday that I make in this account. Started at $0, and we're going to show everything up to $1 million. If this gets 100 likes before the next time I buy stocks, which is this Friday, I will add another stock to the portfolio that I've been looking at for a while to adding to this portfolio, but just have not done yet. Please feel free to leave a comment if there's any other stocks that you like better than my stocks, or if there's any other information at all that you'd like to leave a comment, and I'll respond to you as well. And I appreciate you guys listening this far, and I appreciate all the subscribers. You guys mean a lot to me, and I'm going to try to keep putting out good content for you guys. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Hope you guys are saving tons of money and getting ready to keep buying at regular intervals, and just prepare if there is a recession. I want you guys to be ready for it. I'm ready for it, and I'm going to be going on a massive shopping spree if that happens, because the stocks are going to plummet. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. March Madness. I don't know about you guys. I'm going to go for Houston. I was going for Duke, but that didn't work out well. Houston took care of Duke, so I'm going to cheer for Houston.